Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we are going to give you a year ahead 2018 tarot card reading. This is going to be a 7 card quick spread. Your name and info will be confidential, so this is the special holiday offer. So let's begin with clearing out the energy first. I'm going to clear the cards out and clear the energy first. Alright, let's do a quick little prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels of the person I am focused on to reveal to her now what she needs to know in this present time. I ask spirit guides of mine to help me interpret the information to her in the best of my abilities, and that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. I am now open to the spirit world, so any spirits I'd like to come through to bring in any healing guided messages, I am open. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive information from God's purest intention and God's white light. So it's interesting because I'm doing a tarot card reading with you, but it's like I am going to be doing a spirit reading with you very soon. And I feel like your loved ones in spirit, I think, know this because as I'm tuning into now your cards, because this is supposed to be a spread of what's going to be coming for you in the this next year for 2018. I'm feeling now spirits coming through and bringing in messages. So I don't want to bring in those messages because I want to do it in the actual spirit reading itself. So I'm going to save those for later and see if they come up again. And that will be a definite confirmation if they do come up again. All right. Okay, so let's begin shuffling and tell your there's a couple of spirits here for you. So just tell them, hey, just hang in there. We'll get to you soon, okay? So let's start shuffling your cards. All right, let's continue to shuffle a little bit more. Oh, your cards are kind of just flying out for you there, hon. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5. All right. So let's begin. Okay. All right, so a couple of things here already going on, which is a little intense, if anything, but it looks pretty good. It just seems it seems like your 2018 year is going to be focused on a lot of like um, self work, self healing, if anything. Okay, so I see there's a couple people in your life too that are very meaningful to you. So either it's just family, things like that, but there's a lot. I feel like your energy itself is very very much into caring about everyone and like family, and a lot of people are involved in your life, so family, I don't know, kids or just family itself. So it just seems there's a lot of stuff I'm picking up with that. So the first card you have here, which represents like the overall concept of what you've been going through in the last couple of years, what you've realized, is you got the Wheel of Fortune, all right? The fact that it's reversed, it just represents this was something that you've struggled with sometime, with for some time, if anything. This card represents the concept of knowing that life goes on. No matter what happens, if it gets tough, if it gets hard, life goes on and people keep living their life even if bad things happen to you, and it's like how can somebody just live life after that happening to them? How can somebody just like this is just an example. How can somebody just like go on living after like this important person like passed away to me, like all these kind of things. So it's the concept of that, knowing that life goes on, life keeps moving, and you got to keep going forward no matter what happens to you. Okay, so this is something I feel like your guides are just wanting you to always constantly know, which will be very important for you and very helpful for you to bring that balance within yourself and bring that balance within your happiness in your path, if anything. Okay. I'm now going to go on to number 2. All right. Card number 2 is here, and something that it's this one. This card's focusing what to expect in the new year, if anything. Okay. What to expect this 2018. So this card can mean good and bad, but it's more focused on like you being able to confront your shadows, or you being able to deal with your shadow side, which is the ugly sides of you. It could be emotionally or mentally or whatever it is, but it's the concept of confronting that now. So there's also something, I don't know what this can be. This can be future prospects, if anything, so keep in mind. This card just focuses on the concept of temptation, distraction, negative people around you, or dealing with negative people or negative situations that could be very draining. Um, but it could just be focused on the concept of just dealing with negative energy. Okay. The fact that it's saying be careful, this is something that you could that could be expected for this new 2018. It's just kind of saying if you notice people like that off the bat, or you notice people like that um, are being negative around you like that, don't waste your time with that. Don't put so much energy into that. In the end it's going to drain you, and then it's going to affect you, and you're going to absorb that energy. So I don't know if this is like people that you work with or people that are close to you. It could even be family members, or it could even be just people you work with, like I said. Or it can be certain situations that's been happening lately that's kind of like been bringing a lot of just negative energy, or just those negative ways of thinking and thoughts. So it's kind of just saying to be careful with those negative thoughts or that negative thinking. And also, if you feel like there's people that are around you that are negative or draining you, don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy on those people. Like just channel your energy in a different way to find a different focus. In the end, people that are like that, they're just suffering a lot within them. So if anything, if this is something that you're going through and they're around you and it's kind of like bouncing off of you, try find ways to cleanse yourself, sage yourself, meditate, whatever it is. Go outside, breathe, things like that to release it, okay? Because I feel like if anything, you have a very strong sense of caring for people to the point where you will do anything for people. You'll be there for them, and sometimes when you're there too much, people will, what's the word? It's not a form of controlling, but it's a form of just giving yourself too much to people, and you gotta kind of find that balance of not doing that so much. Or just feeling like you need to show them this is right, this is the right direction, this is the right way to go. I helping people to a point where it's like, this is the right thing. If they're not listening to you and they're not realizing that's the right thing, you're going to have to let them hit their head on the concrete. You got to kind of let go of things like that. So if this doesn't have to do with people around you, it can also have to do with just yourself and dealing with those sides of you where you have to face your shadow sides, if that makes any sense. Okay, so try to find those ways to not allow it to overtake you or overcome you. Okay, so now we're going to go on to number 3. And number 3 is right over here. Okay, so this is the knight in shining armor. Okay, I don't know if you're with somebody right now. If you're not, this can mean that there's just a man in your life or a man that's coming into your life, okay? But there's this form of soulmate connection that I'm picking up here, okay? There's this form of soulmate connection here, so I do see love here, okay? So if you're not with anybody right now, there's some form of love coming your way, or meeting somebody to that degree where you guys have a soul connection in 2018. If not, there's this man I'm seeing in your life, you know, revolving around your life, that's saying that you have a soul connection with him. So if you've met him already, they are saying that there's a soulmate soul connection with this person. Either you still need to get to know them, or you already know them and you're aware of that soul connection. This is just a confirmation. But I am seeing this man that's kind of coming through in your life and in your energy field right now. A man of love, a man that is that sense of knight in shining armor to you. Okay, so that's exciting news if it hasn't happened, but if you are with somebody already, this can just be a confirmation that you guys have that strong soul connection, that your guides are kind of confirming about that. All right, so now we're going to go on to your next card, which is kind of just guide. Now this is just guidance to help you for the new 2018. So I am seeing, I don't know, I honestly, I feel like these have to do, like, they're kind of like, they're coming together, if anything. So there is some form of hermit solitude going on, okay? Now, they're telling me that either you need to reevaluate certain situations that are happening or that are going to take place in 2018. So it's kind of like you have to look over it again, or before making any decisions, before deciding if I'm going to take this path or go this way, they want you to reevaluate things. Maybe you don't need to make those fast decisions. Maybe you just still have to wait and just go over it, rethink it again, okay? But the fact that the devil came through, it's just saying don't do it too much, to the degree where you're reevaluating too much and you're allowing your negative thinking or that worry or whatever it is to take over. And it's kind of like a distraction. It's kind of like that negative energy is just kind of trying to bite you in the butt and just get you depressed or get you sad or get you whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it's a kind of thing that I am feeling too, that you got to be careful, because I feel like in the past, if anything, you've gone through some form of depression, and if you get a little bit into it, you could get really deep into it, so you got to be careful. I feel like you can go through forms of depression if you get too deep into the thinking. So I feel like your mind goes through a lot of thinking processes, but there's something that's going on, that's going to be going on in 2018, or it could even be going on now, that's going to be going, like, it's going on now and it's going to be going into 2018, where you have to reevaluate and rethink on this. So I don't know what exactly it is, but they're just saying you got to rethink on this. There's something that you got to rethink on and go over it again. Okay. Now I'm seeing here for 2018 too, they're focusing on money. So I do feel like this is interesting. So this has to do again with the whole, you can't be so kind to people or generous to people. This card's saying you can give, but don't give too much where then you don't receive back. Sometimes you can't give too much, okay? And this is a kind of focus where they're saying if you focus on this, this will help you extremely in 2018, okay? Where you're not doing so much or giving so much to people. You got to receive for yourself more, okay? And sometimes you have to say no. You have to say no. This card's saying you have to say no, okay? So financially, I feel like you'll be okay. I feel like you'll be fine for 2018. It's just that form of working on you can't give so much, give too much. It's good to give, but not to that degree of too much or being too generous. You got to say no to people sometimes, okay? And that would be a helpful tip for you in 2018. Now, for number 6, I am seeing that there's some form of frustration, a frustration of not having control over something. I don't know exactly what it is. This can be a certain situation you're going through, but if anything, this can be something that you're going to be going through in 2018 where it's something. It could be what I was talking about where you need to reevaluate it and rethink it because you're trying to, and it's like a delay or frustration of delay. And you don't like the concept of something delaying. You know, you like figuring out what you have to do, when you have to do it, how it's gonna work. You don't like things just being kind of stagnant. I'm realizing as I'm reading your cards, okay? I don't know. I feel like in these cards that you're worrying about somebody. I don't know if it's a family member or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is something that's gonna happen in 2018, but there's something where I feel like you're worrying about somebody that's just like I don't know, there's probably just a lot going on with him. I don't know exactly what it is, but your cards are just saying that sometimes you can't control the things you can't control. And whatever this thing is, you have to just rethink it. I don't know if it's a certain situation you're going through with like a job or a project or business or like even a family decision or something like that, but they're just saying you gotta rethink things and try to not have that sense of wanting to control things, or trying to like really like get to somebody's head, letting them know, hey, this is the right thing to do, you know? But yeah, I'm seeing some form of frustration and delay, and I don't know if this is a certain person in your life, like a family member or somebody that's going through something right now, like going through a difficult time or something. Um, I don't even know if it's the same guy, so I don't know if it's your partner, because again, I don't know if you're with somebody, but it could even be your partner that's just going through that stress that he doesn't need to be going through that stress. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're just showing me that, okay? So your overall theme for 2018, okay, they show you as the Queen of Cups, which is you're that open, like sensitive person that has all that energy, that kind person, the kind soul that you are, you know. But I feel like people have, you know, drained you, put you down. I don't know who those people were, but I feel like you've gone through a lot of struggles where you're kind of at that point now where you're very drained and, you know, you've gotten tired because you've been it's like a kind of thing where you feel like something was going good and then it gets bad, something was going good and then it's getting bad, you know. So your guides are kind of saying for 2018 itself, what will help you is really, how do I say it, is not allowing that negative side to overcome you, okay? You could ask that stuff to go away. You don't need to let that have power over you, okay? Also to know that life keeps on going no matter what. And they're also saying to rethink on something. I don't know exactly what it is, but to reevaluate. But to reevaluate to the point where you don't let it get to you so much, where you get too much into that deep thinking, okay? Because that deep thinking is not good for you. So there's something in 2018 we're going to go through where you have to reevaluate it. So I don't know if it's a decision making or this certain choice or whatever it is, okay? And then the extra tips are tips of not giving so much and learning more to receive and learning more to say no to people and not letting people take advantage of you. And then this is a card that I think is for 2018 as well. But thing is, I don't know if you have a partner, but if you do, this could be him, and this could represent that form of frustration or stress that he goes through, or the control that he goes through. But it also has to do with you, because I feel like that sense of wanting to do the right thing or wanting to do the right thing for a certain person or the certain situation. But there is a man in your life. If there isn't, he's going to be coming your way. But confirmation either way, if he is with you or if he isn't, there is going to be a soul connection with this person. So you've had past lives with him. All right? So I'm gonna leave you with that, hon. Again, I'm also feeling a lot of information from your spirits, your loved ones in spirit, which there are a couple of them. They're giving me some news of something, which I feel like I'll give it to you in your reading coming up this weekend. So it was a pleasure. I very much hope you enjoyed this beautiful reading, and it was really fun. And I feel like this was more just like tips and guidance and warnings, just to be careful with these things. So I'll leave you with that, hun. Many blessings and lots of love from the heavens above, and it was a pleasure giving you this reading. All right, bye now.